Bourse's performance last week was rather dismal. What is market expecting today?
Hi Fenly, thanks for having me. The market actually closed on a lower trend also, so the bearish trend actually continued for the start of this week. On the floor today we had a total of 20 gainers, sorry, and about twice that numbers as losers. Market capitalization figures isn't available right now, but we expect that the market actually is going to close down maybe in the range of 1% and a 1.5% down for today's trade, Fenly.
Let's take a look at the currency, since that's your forte. What's the movement on the Naira like? What's it been like for last week?
Well, on the Naira side, we actually saw markets, as usual, taking the cue from what the central bank does. On Monday, we actually saw the Naira actually losing ground at the auction and reversing the lost grounds by Wednesday's auction. So practically, we saw the Naira actually gaining in interbank markets based on CBN action, which basically just sent signals to say that, look, we are here able to meet any foreign exchange demand that you have with you. So generally, to put stability in the currency, to put strength in the currency, to put confidence in the currency. On the back of today's auction, we actually saw the Naira actually losing some ground at the start of today's trade, but actually regaining those lost ground and closing practically almost flat for today's trade, Fenly. We expect that we expect actually a tight range to continue for most of this week. Perhaps a plus or minus 50 cover away from where it closed today would go for the rest of this week. Undermining the fact that CBN actually is stopping the auction at the end of this week. This week we'll have the last CBN auction, so the market's actually going to take a lot of cue from what happens at the next auction, which is on Wednesday, Fenly.
And what's the country's forex reserves like?
Well, the latest figures still shows it at about 43 billion, or thereabout. Not really so exact about what the exact figure is, but we've not seen any major moves in terms of depleting the reserves from what was previously announced. So we do not anticipate any shockers as per the reserve level, Fenly.
And investor sentiments, what's that like at the moment?
Well, pretty quiet, pretty slow down. Basically, on the take of the reports that you've come from the various banks that we've seen so far, that really must have doused their investor sentiment. And also, not forgetting the fact that the typical year-end period, so you see a lot of businesses actually slowing down, closing their books and waiting to implement strategies for the coming year, Fenly. So it's just a normal market seasonal period where you see a slowdown in investment appetite, slowdown in a lot of business activities for the close of the book, and awaiting the new year with bright expectation, Fenly.